everybody. Yeah, so I got my makeup done, and yeah, this time I thought, okay, I'm gonna do things a little bit different. Normally I'm putting my makeup on and then I talk to you all, but now I decided to put my makeup on first and then afterwards talk to you all. Well, while I was doing my makeup, I was watching the new Netflix doco about Pamela Anderson. Anybody remember Pamela Anderson? I know, she was like so big back in the 90s. At first I was like, I don't think I want to watch it. I don't know. I mean, I was never a big Pamela Anderson fan, although I thought she was gorgeous. I remember following, you know, or listening, how can I say it? Not listening, but remembering all the different scandals that came out about her. I mean, I don't know if they were really scandals. I mean, watching her documentary made me understand, or gave me the insight of who she really was, and yeah, the unfair things that happened to her in life. She did Playboy. She worked for Playboy, and she was saying how, you know, it took her a long time, you know, to get to that point that, you know, she would go in front of the camera, because she was like, she didn't like her body at all. And so it's interesting how she developed. I mean, she seems like such a sweet person. I mean, watching this doco, like I said, you really, yeah, you get a chance to know who she is, and how her life came about, how it did, and this tape that got out with her. You know, she used to be married to Tommy Lee from, what was that band? What was that band? What was that band? It was a rock band. What was it? What's the name of it? Oh, it's at the tip of my tongue. What was the name of that rock band? Always got to refer back to my phone. Tommy Lee. Yeah, Motley Crue, of course. How could I forget Motley Crue? They were so big back in the 80s. However, she was married to him, and it was crazy because she said, well, during the doco, they were saying that they got married after 4 days of knowing one another. I mean, how crazy was that? But apparently, I mean, they were really in love, or she really loved him. But, you know, throughout their relationship, they used to film each other all the time. That was also, back then, that was around the time where people started to really, you know, pick up the camcorder. I mean, back in the days, it was camcorder. And then they would start to record themselves. And so she was saying that they recording themselves with everything. I mean, like literally everything, which is crazy. I mean, I couldn't do that. I mean, especially, I mean, okay, I take that back. I'm recording myself now, but it's something different, you know? I mean, they recorded their intimate moments. And so she was saying that, that they had their tapes stored away like in a safe, and then it was stolen, and then, like, I don't know, weeks later, however, these tapes came out with Pamela and Tommy, and to me that was like the beginning of these, you know, sex tapes time, you know, because look, I mean, today it's like no big deal. I mean, afterwards, who was the next big thing? It was Kim Kardashian, you know, and so on and so on. So it was like, oh yeah, and Paris Hilton, she was another one too. And it's like, I don't know, even though she claims, and I believe her, I really believe her. She said that they did not earn any money from those tapes. She didn't especially. She said millions were made. They were even offered a deal, a few million to have this tape publicized or put out everywhere. And so she was like, no, this is intimate for me, and blah, blah, blah. And then she even went to court, and I don't know. I felt really bad for her, because I really believe that this wasn't intentional. I believe that somebody just wanted to be mean and just basically profit off of them. And so she was saying how that tape really hurt her. And of course, she had 2 kids with Tommy, and 2 sons. And yeah, I mean, their marriage was like basically crazy. I mean, of course, whose marriage isn't crazy? Hello, there is no perfect marriage out there, you know, or perfect relationship, you know, and people who tell you that they are in perfect relationships and perfect marriages, they're full of crap, really, because nothing's perfect. There's always something, right? So basically, yeah, she was saying that she had to get rid of him because, or not get rid of him, but she wanted to divorce him because he was becoming obsessively jealous. He was very jealous, insecure, and even became physical with her, physical to the point where she had to, you know, have him arrested. Dang, I was just looking at him. Tommy Lee is now 60 years old. That is so crazy. Wow, he's 60 years old. This year he's going to be 61. And he's Greek. Wow. I saw the, I remember seeing the movie about Motley Crue. That came on a few years ago on Netflix. That's a good movie. That's right. They said Tommy Lee is Greek. He's Greek American. However, and he's tall too, 189, 1 meter 89. What is that, like 6'1", 6'2"? Yeah, so she was like, that had to end. And so, yeah, so they basically broke up, but, you know, they made a lot of videotapes and stuff. And it seemed like she actually said that she really loved Tommy Lee, and she didn't really see herself with being with anybody else. Of course, she had, you know, she went on to marry other guys. I mean, she had 5 marriages. She married, what's that guy from Kid Rock? Kid Rock was also a douchebag. Sorry, Kid Rock, but you were a douchebag. I don't know. She even admitted, Pamela, she admitted that she grew up in a dysfunctional household. So she saw her parents fighting. And so, of course, she went on to mimic that. That's why I say, guys, if you grew up in a family where there were issues, you got to get help. You got to get help so you don't continue to carry on that cycle. I mean, even though you say, no, I'm not going to do it, you unsubconsciously do it. It just happens. But however, yeah, she was with Kid Rock. Let's see what he's up to. I haven't seen, I mean, he just like disappeared. I don't know. You don't see anything of him anymore. Oh, wow. He's the same. Oh, he just had a birthday. He's 52. Hey, 52. That's what I'm going to be in June. He's 52. But however, he like totally disappeared. He's got 1 child. And oh, wow. Oh, his son is attractive. His son almost looks like an Indian guy. Wow. Oh, sweet. I believe he's mixed. Oh, and he's born in June. What's up with these Geminis? Yeah. His son is a Gemini. However, she got married, 5 times. 5 times. She's been in 5 different relationships. And it was interesting because she said that one guy that she had married, look, her different spouses, Dan Hurst, had a Teresa one, I guess, because this says 2020. She was married to Rick Solomon. She married him twice. The first time it didn't work, and then the second time she tried again. Wow. He apparently had a problem with substances, if you know what I mean. So that's why that didn't work. He's 55 now. Wow. However, yeah, she had another boyfriend, and I was so shocked that they didn't mention him. What was that famous model? What was that model? What was that guy's name? Yes, Marcus Schenkenberg. You don't hear anything from him. Yeah, I remember they were together, which to me, I thought it was like a PR relationship, if you ask me. Marcus was really good looking. Today, he looks, he didn't age well. Maybe it had to do with, I don't know, his lifestyle, perhaps. I don't know, but he did not age well. He's 54. And he looks every bit of it. Sorry, Mark, but He was a good-looking guy. But however, he's Swedish, right? He's Swedish, English, Dutch, and French, and Italian. He's like the whole shebang. He's a big mixed salad. But however, and he was, yeah, he's born in Stockholm. Was that what it is? Yeah, he's fluent in 5 languages. Unbelievable. Smart guy. But however, they were together for a short time. I mean, it didn't last long. Oh, yeah. Wow. I didn't know Mark Schenkenberg dated Mariah Carey, Nikki Hilton, and Jessica Simpson. Wow. Okay. However, no, they didn't mention him, which was strange, but I guess they only wanted to talk about her husbands. So basically she was saying that in the end, because none of her marriages lasted, I would say no longer than a year. One of them she had annulled, and then she remarried that same guy who she had the marriage annulled to. So, yeah. But yeah, I think she's a sweet lady, Pamela Anderson. I'm so happy that she didn't turn out like the rest of the women in the 90s, or women, you know, who were really popular and like, you know, fantasized for most men. You know, most of those women kind of went down, you know, speaking of Marilyn Monroe, and what was the other one? I also saw something on her too the other day. The guest model, what's her name? She also, it was a sad story. I really liked her. Wait a minute, guest model. What is her name? Yes, Anna Nicole Smith. How could I forget? Yeah, so, you know, it was really nice to see that she didn't just, you know, turn to substances, you know. Instead, she aged beautifully. I liked how when she was doing her interview, she didn't have any makeup on, and she just looked natural, just naturally beautiful. I mean, and it appeared that she really got out of that whole Hollywood scene. You know, she went and, you know, she's actually originally Canadian. I didn't know that. Yeah, she grew up in Canada. And, yeah, what else? I should have taken some notes. I never do. However, let me see. Where are you, Miss Pamela? She, yeah, and then another thing too, which I thought was so sick. You know, after that big old controversy with her and, you know, Tom, you know, with this videotape, Hula, which is a channel, I guess is something similar like Netflix. I have no idea because we don't really have it over here. But however, they came up with a new series called Pam and Tom. Can you believe that? Torturing this poor woman all over again. You know, she was saying that she was devastated, depressed, you know, that this thing came out because everybody knew about her. And, you know, later on, you know, she wanted to be taken. She actually really wanted to do a career in acting, but unfortunately it didn't turn out that way. The way she started out, she started off in the Playboy, and of course, you know how you start off. Sometimes it's, you know, I think it can have some damage to you later on, you know, because people don't really take you serious. They see you as a fantasy symbol, if you know what I mean. So she was saying that, you know, after this tape came out, that, you know, it was really hard. You know, basically her career was pretty much over after that. And so she was saying that she had to take care because she didn't want to appear as a caricature, if you know what I mean, character, like this cartoon, like, you know, just because of her body shape. You know, she had these humongous tatas and skinny, you know, blonde, you know. So, yeah, I mean, you could see how it would go into that direction. But however, no, she stayed above water. She disappeared, raised her kids. Oh, I thought it was so beautiful, her relationship with her sons. They're so cute. I mean, they're so supportive, and you could tell they're mama boys, but not in a bad way, you know, because she's very independent. She worked all her life, worked very hard. And I thought one point that she made, you know, she was saying, you know, in spite of all the dysfunctional relationships she's entered into, she was always able to say, you know what, I don't need this. You know, I can just get up and go. And I think that is so cool. You know, I think it's really sad if you're in a dysfunctional relationship and then you feel like you can't go nowhere. You feel like you got to stick around because you just don't have anything. You know, if you got your pride and, you know, you believe in yourself, then sometimes you just got to pick up and go, money or no money. Okay. So, however, I thought that was really cool what she said. And, you know, she didn't stick around. And, yeah, she kind of did her own thing. And I thought it was really sweet because she was offered to do like a Broadway, like what do you call it? Like a theater piece about her. And it was featured in Chicago. And she did a really good job. I mean, how old is she now, Miss Pamela? How old are you, Miss Pamela? Anderson. She is, how old? 55. Wow, she's 55. And you know what? She looks great. Like I said, she didn't turn out like most women, you know, who were at her level. You know, most of them come out with puffy faces, you know, and they just look a hot mess and just, yeah. I thought she aged really well. I mean, shape-wise, she looked good. And, you know, you could tell that she was content, happy, you know, even though she was like, you know, I've come to the conclusion that I will probably never, ever date again or never really be in love because I just really wanted it to work out with my husband or my ex-husband, which was Tommy, the father of her children. And then she goes into details like why she has this mindset because she always saw that her parents were fighting and you know, leaving, but somehow they always came back together and just somehow made it work. And now today they're just together and they're making it work. But I don't know. I sometimes think if you're in a toxic relationship, I sometimes think it just never really works. I think people just, you know, maybe now it's working now. It's because they probably figure, you know, we anyway old and, you know, no chance for whatever. So we just stick together and we anyway toxic, so who cares, you know? That's what I think, but I don't know. I think that's not a right way to think. I mean, you know, it's like trying to mix water and gasoline. It won't mix. You know what I'm saying? So, and then to say that, okay, it's good. It's sitting there, but it's not good. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I didn't agree with her on that, but in general, I really like the doco. I mean, like I said, I was never a big Pamela Anderson fan, but I'm a fan of her now. I liked how she developed, and I love her style, this kind of country, how do you call it? Country bohemian style, you know. It appears that she loves cowboy hats. I do too. I love cowboy hats. And she had a few cowboy hats on, and I was just like, ooh, I love it. I hope she comes out. Actually, she should come out with a line of her clothing, maybe a bathing suit, you know, which was her trademark back in the days from Baywatch, and her really cool cowboy hat. I mean, I would buy it. I love cowboy hats, so if she came out with a cowboy, I would love it. And then she had this really cool shawl on, which was like a Navajo print or something. I guess that's what you would call it. But she just looks so cool with her cowboy boots and, you know, and she's out there with all her land. And, you know, you could just tell that she was content. Yeah, no, I'm really happy for her. And like I said, I think the relationship which she had with her boys are just awesome. And, you know, just to hear, it seems like she doesn't have any resentment towards, you know, the relationship, the toxic relationship which she had with Tommy, even though he wasn't really there for the kids, you know, but maybe it was good that way. You know, sometimes you love a person, but you got to sometimes love them from a distance. You know, like I said, some things just shouldn't be, and maybe it was meant to be like that, you know. And it seems like the sons, they were cool with it, you know. They love to see, I mean, actually during the movie or the show, they were showing like different clips from the videos that Tommy and Pamela had done together, and it was so cute. And it was nice to see that the boys did see that at once upon a time, you know, they did love each other. And now, if the love was really sincere, maybe it was like a toxic love. However, they got a chance to see it, and you know, it was nice in that aspect. Yeah, and so the yeah, basically from the beginning, and that's how they were able to tell the story. She had done some journaling. So when the doco was done, they took they took her journal and kind of went from there and told the story. And of course, she was narrating the show or doco. But however, yeah, no, that was really cool. I couldn't help but smile, because it's just nice to see women after a certain age that, you know, they don't just disappear and just like wither off in the wilderness. You know, somehow she feels like, yeah, okay, I done this Broadway, now, you know, we'll see what comes next. And I kind of like the attitude that she was kind of open for new things and new trends, and she didn't let this stupid series about her and her ex get to her, which was really cool. And got to be really strong, I think. But however, yeah, would I recommend it? Most definitely. I would totally recommend it. And yeah, I like watching docos about people. I feel like you can learn a lot from people's past experiences, and you all kind of apply it to your life. And yeah, it just goes to show nobody's perfect. We're all human beings, you know, and wherever you start from doesn't mean you're going to end there, you know, because she kind of grew up in a poor environment. But yeah, she capitalized off her looks. I mean, I think it's totally okay. You know, a lot of people made fun of her, you know, but shoot, she did her thing and she got that bag, right? So whatever, you know, and she didn't, you know, let that scene totally bring her down. Like I said, she didn't go to substances. So I have total respect for her, and kudos to you. And yeah, that was it. That's all I wanted to talk about. What else is going on? Yeah, yeah, after watching that, I will probably go out to eat later and maybe hit a jazz club. I don't know. So yeah. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you. And yeah, you guys know what to do. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. I hope you did. And yeah, go check out the doco about Pamela Anderson. It is really good. And yeah, I can definitely highly recommend it. And yeah, if you'd like to hear more from me, subscribe. And yeah, until next time, bye.